channel. Mediocre Man channel. We're going to review repairing a Troy-built pony tractor mower that won't start. And I'll just tell you right now, I don't know what I'm doing. That's why it's the Mediocre Man channel. So you'll watch me go through the litany of things to try and repair this thing and get it started. The first attempt was the ignition, which I'll go ahead and ruin the suspense and tell you that wasn't it. It didn't work. Then I tried the fuse. That didn't work. Next in line is the solenoid, which is like a relay. That didn't work. And so what it ended up being was the starter motor. But you can watch the process if you like. And here we go. All right, so this thing has 4 tabs on it. So you just squeeze it and from the inside and then push it out. Unplug the ignition, unplug the safety wires, plug it back in before you snap it in. We're going to make sure it works before we push the actual casing back in. So before I got nothing, like literally not even like a click, nothing, zero. So I'm figuring it's either the fuse or the ignition. Figure I'd go with the ignition first, see what happens. If I even get a turn, that means it's working, and I'll get it going. So got to sit on it, get it started, get the battery connection. Nothing. Dang it. Okay, so that means it is the fuse. Oh, that's frustrating. I really was hoping it was that. Okay. Now we gotta replace the fuse. So that is gonna be hard to film by myself. Let me check it out. All right, so what we've done here is remove the battery. It looks like this is the fuse hookup. The fuse should be on that side of it. To release it, there's a little, let's see, where is it? Yeah, there's a little knob there, so we just squeeze that, push it through, and then hopefully we can get to the fuse. Okay, there is the fuse. We're gonna pull that out with a pair of pliers and replace it. I believe it's a 20 amp fuse. All right, there's the fuse, and it does not look broken to me. That is not good news. That means we have a whole nother problem, and I'm not going to be able to fix this thing myself. But we'll replace it, see if that makes a difference. All right, we're going to try again. Replace the fuse, replace the ignition. Seat connector down, brake on. Nothing. God dang it. And we tried replacing the ignition. We tried replacing the fuse. Now we're going to try replacing the solenoid, see if that works. And this is what it looks like. I got it off of Amazon. It's basically a relay between the ignition and the starter. So we're going to hook this thing back up. It's pretty self-explanatory. Unfortunately, I don't have enough hands to show you how it goes on necessarily, but if you have one of these, it's right down below is where the screw is for it, right there. And you kind of just screw it in over here and you attach the wires. I'll put pictures on to show, make it easy. All right, so we'll see if this ends up fixing it or not. All right, right, mediocre man back. All right. We tried to replace the ignition, that didn't work. We tried replacing the fuse, that didn't work. We tried replacing the solenoid, that didn't work. So now I'm gonna replace the starter and see if we can get this thing going. Now what I probably should have done is bypassed the whole electrical system and just hook up the starter to the battery and make sure that it was the starter. But I didn't do that. I just bought one on Amazon and hoping that that's what it is. So this is what it looks like. This is the old one. This is where the wiring connects from the wiring system. This is where it bolts to the motor. Pretty simple. Okay, this is the new one. Looks identical to me. And so there we go. All right, so those are the two screws that it goes in to get the starter connected. That's the wiring system that goes from the battery. And so to get this thing back on the cover, there's 4 screws, one on each side in the front and the back. Pretty simple. You gotta kind of fit them in there because they're longer than the space allows, but you just kind of angle it in and then get it in. And then there's a little casing that goes on top of the air filter. That's right over there. I just changed the air filter while I'm at it. So 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the top back on, and it's a little turn, and everything's back on and ready to roll. I can't believe it worked! It worked! I did it! I did it! Mediocre Man Channel!